So hello everyone, my name is Saurabh and today is the day 16 of me solving top 150 lead code interview questions, and let's see what happens for today. Again, we are back on our Windows operating system and we'll be solving the trapping the rainwater problem. I have attempted this question, and when was the last time? I think it was during April, I guess. This was one of the initial hard questions that I attempted. So as you can see, I attempted this question during the April of 13th. So I mean, and this was the time जब मेरा time limit exceed हो गया था. I wanna tell you people one more thing, that while I was in the college, I actually tried to read this question. I actually tried to solve this question, but couldn't solve this question. Um, Again, मेरे को एक perfect solution नहीं मिला था इसका. So we'll be continuing it right now. Although I mean, I thought कि यार अभी time नहीं है, so I will be doing this question while when I reach the home. So you can see I have set it up a few things. I have committed all of my files to the GitHub. Let's see. Let me just read the question and a few more test cases a few more times. When a negative integer representing an elevation map where the width of each bar is 1, compute how much water it can trap after raining. Height is my this above tick is वाले जैसे there is a graph representation, or this graphical representation of the current array has been given, and accordingly we will try to devise the best approach possible for this test case, and we'll just start the stopwatch for this specific question. Let's see what happens. So see, the very first approach that comes into my mind is, why don't we just calculate? I mean, we start from the first index. Let's say I just maintain um, a left side maximum value, and this left side maximum value is the maximum value till now. So just let's take for the case of 4. If we take 4 as the maximum initially, then we move to the other values. If it is lesser than, then we will just subtract it. We'll just add the value 2 to the initial answer. Now 2 is what? 2 is my this. I mean, this specific case or this specific condition would certainly work for the example number 2, but I don't think this would work for the example number 1, because um see, this is only for the case when left max is smaller than the right max. Okay, the maximum value on the right side of the algorithm and the leftmost value which is on the leftmost side of the algorithm. So I think I might have the solution. We'll just what we could do is, what I believe is, and what I you know I tried this thing a few times on pen and paper before this video, not right now, during while I was in the college, and I got to optimal solution. I didn't try to submit or write out the code for it, but I was actually raw running this specific question. So during the raw run, I basically came up to a algorithm which eventually was solving these both of the examples rightfully, but I am not sure about the rest of the test cases or rest of the examples. The approach was, um, see, the trapped rainwater totally depends on uh, the highest and the second highest candle. Let it be from the left side or the right side, and the gap between them is what fills up that specific amount of water. So we'll be solving using that approach, and let me just write it out, then we will see what are the mistakes that we are doing. Okay. um, Trap rain water dot cpp. Why isn't everything coming? Not coming. Using namespace. I mean, what my approach was, I will just maintain some value which is the left max, I will maintain something called as right max and initiate both of them to 0, right? And what should I do? Let's see. We'll set a condition while true. Now how do I iterate throughout the array? तो उसके लिए integer left pointer which equals 0, integer right pointer. Let me, for the better convention, let me name them as left ptr and right ptr. This is equals to my height dot size minus of 1. Now let it be true. We don't know what would be the termination condition of the specific test case. क्या होगा फिर? See, there are base two cases that form up. ठीक है. The first test case or the first case scenario is if the heights or the height का जो लेफ्ट पॉइंटर वाला वैल्यू है, लेफ्ट पॉइंटर वाला वैल्यू या फिर क्या, नहीं लेफ्ट पॉइंटर वाला वैल्यू नहीं. Case 1 is when the left max, yes, left max is basically smaller than the right maximum value. If it is smaller than the right maximum value, in that case we can go move to the second step and add those values, or basically inculcate those values to the specific test cases and all, है ना. So this would account me for मेरे पास में जो मेरी हाइट है, हाइट का जो लेफ्ट पॉइंटर है. नाउ I think on every step the maximum value should be changing, है ना. बिकॉज इनिशियली तो वो दोनों 0 0 हो रखे, हमें नहीं पता कि किसकी तरफ हम लोग पॉइंट आउट कर रहे हैं. तो आई शुड से left max equals to max between the left max comma the height का जो left pointer है हमारा वो, and the right max equals to max between मेरे पास में right max comma हाइट का जो RPTR है. नाउ आई थिंक वी कैन कंपेयर लेफ्ट मैक्स एंड राइट मैक्स, है ना. नाउ वी कैन से कि भाई ये इफ इट इज स्मॉलर देन मेरे पास में राइट मैक्स, इफ इट इज स्मॉलर देन राइट मैक्स तो क्या होगा. बेसिकली ऐड दैट स्पेसिफिक सिनेरियो और ऐड दोज वैल्यूज टू द original system, the ith value or the value which we are initially pointing at, that comes out to be value. and कहाँ से शुरू होगा ये शुरू होगा मेरे पास में ओरिजिनल वैल्यू से. ठीक है. सो आई थिंक आई शुड बी डिक्लेयरिंग सम इंटीजर result as 0, and on every iteration what is going to happen is the what do you call it, just the result equals to result plus of, or rather I should say plus equals to my right max left max, नहीं right max left max नहीं, rather I should say कि the initial values में. ठीक है. इनिशियल वैल्यूज़ मेरे पास में, इनिशियल वैल्यूज़ में चेंजेस. तो इनिशियल वैल्यूज़ में चेंजेस के लिए आई विल हैव टू मेंशन दी हाइट का जो लेफ्ट पॉइंटर है. ऑब्वियसली देयर शुड बी लेफ्ट पॉइंटर बिकॉज लेफ्ट इज माई जस्ट, एक मिनट, क्योंकि हम लोग इसके लिए चेक कर रहे हैं ओरिजिनली इनिशियली लेट्स से जो मेरे पास में 4 वाला टेस्ट केस था, तो 4 वाले टेस्ट केस में वी वर स्टार्टिंग एट 4, उसके बाद में 2 या ऐसा 3, उससे छोटा वैल्यू थी. सो व्हाट यूज्ड टू हैपन वाज कि उससे अगर छोटी वैल्यू थी वहाँ पे, तो just the thing which was used to happen for the left side maximum lesser than the right side maximum, the thing which used to happen was the left side minus of the left maximum minus of, not this, rather it should be left max minus of my height ith, not ith, rather I should say the left pointer, because see, if we are starting at the 4 itself it will give it 0, no changes. Now if we are at 2, 2 प्लस हो जाएगा मेरे पास में वाटर ट्रैप्ड में, है ना, 2 would be trapped, and let's say बीच की सारी filled up होती, तो we are not pre-calculating all of the values, we are just simply moving on to that specific value and then calculating this. Perfect. So the left pointer, and after this iteration we simply move to the next value. Perfect. Perfect. So I would say my left pointer plus plus, in the else scenario, let's say if they are equal, just in case if they are equal, अभी भी मेरे को लेफ्ट मैक्स को रखना पड़ेगा, तो आर ई एस प्लस इक्वल्स माई नाउ, अब इस साइड में अब या तो वो बराबर हैं या फिर द लेफ्ट मैक्सिमम इज ग्रेटर देन द ओरिजिनल वैल्यू. सो इन दिस केस थिंग्स वुड चेंज. द राइट मैक्स माइनस ऑफ, मेरे पास में हाइट्स के लिए right pointer. Now we will push things from this side of the array. Perfect. Our pointer now will move to the other, I mean the previous values or the original values and all. I mean, should it be minimum or maximum? It should be maximum, वहाँ पर भी सही है. And the condition of execution should change, I guess, क्योंकि अब ये तो इंफिनिट तक चलता जाएगा. I think यहाँ पर the moment both of them collide, both of them meet, that should be our answer. This is a basic two pointer approach. That's the point जहाँ पर वो meet होने चाहिए. तो क्या होगा यहाँ पे, लेफ्ट की जगह पे I would say left pointer until and unless it is smaller than the right pointer, and after the for loop जो मेरे पास में जो रिजल्ट है, return the result. This should be the basic, where is the code formatter. एक मिनट, ये डिटेक्ट नहीं कर रहा है क्या, नो लाइन सजेशंस ऑटो डिटेक्ट, क्यों नहीं आ रहा है इनलाइन सजेशंस, पता नहीं क्या हो रहा है. चेंज करेंगे यार इसको आज. हाँ, आई थिंक दिस शुड बी दी सॉल्यूशन, जितना मुझे याद है कि जब मैंने ये वाला लास्ट क्वेश्चन किया था तो इसका सॉल्यूशन जब मैंने देखा था कुछ इस टाइप से था, या फिर जो आज मैंने दिन में अप्रोच याद करी, देखी इधर उधर से, आई जस्ट गूगल इट. आई विल बी ट्रू विद यू पीपल. कोई बोलेगी भाई चीटिंग कर रहा है, ऐसा कुछ नहीं यार, मैंने गूगल किया था, आई चेक, क्योंकि मुझे कॉलेज में नहीं मिला, मैं फ्रस्ट्रेट हो गया था एंड सो ऑन. तो सिंस आई गूगल इट एंड आई basically understood what the exact approach would be. That is why I was able to do this question this fast, basically 12 minutes. I think this should be the solution. एक बार चेक कर लेते हैं. I think हमने कोई मिस्टेक यहाँ पर भी आएगा, सिंटैक्टिकल मिस्टेक करी है, वो सिंटैक्टिकल एरर आने वाला है. अदर देन दैट आई डोंट थिंक एनी एरर्स इन देयर. पॉइंटर वही डिक्लेयर्ड नहीं है ना, उस वजह से. इसके अलावा तो आई गेस कोई और एरर सिंटैक्टिकली होगा, अगर होगा भी तो मैंने जो चीज़ ध्यान नहीं दी होगी. हो गया. एंड दिस इज गिविंग मी दी परफेक्ट, एंड आई थिंक दिस शुड गेट सबमिटेड टू. Yes, this is totally fine, and I would be telling people ki I actually solved this question while I was in the college itself. I actually looked at I actually googled, not using ChatGPT again. You can just simply check my history. कोई बोलेगी भाई ChatGPT किया या Google Gemini किया, you can just simply check my complete history. LeetCode 135 test cases, function modification. You know, I basically never cheat for this specific, मतलब never तो नहीं बोलूँगा cheat, मतलब पूछ लेता हूँ कई बार, मालूम है किसी क्वेश्चन में फंसता हूँ, तो आई सिंपली आस्क दी LLMs, नॉट फॉर दिस चैलेंज, इस चैलेंज में मैंने अभी तक नहीं किया है, ना ही आई होप कि आगे भी ना करना पड़े, लेकिन कुछ नहीं पता भाई मेरा, मैं आई एम जस्ट अनप्रेडिक्टेबल, कुछ भी कर सकता हूँ मैं। बट द थिंग इज कि वाइल इन दी कॉन्टेस्ट आई एम जस्ट एडमिटिंग दिस, कि जब भी मतलब मैं पूरा पूरा क्वेश्चन क्लोज नहीं करता, आई सिंपली डू व्हाट इज कि आई आस्क LLM टू आइदर जनरेट दी टेस्ट केसेस, जैसे कि कहाँ पर गया वो टेस्ट केसेस, यस, लीड कोड टेस्ट केसेस, लीड कोड 135 टेस्ट cases. So I generally ask it to generate me the test cases for that specific question, and I think this was for the challenge itself, हाँ, तो हो सकता है, मेरे को याद नहीं कौन सा था 135, तो I generally ask it to generate me the test questions, test cases, and then I generally, rather than making test cases on my own, I try to solve the specific problem using the test cases. So it's actually better. It's actually better to solve any question using the test cases. And I think, dear ladies and gentlemen, that was all for today. That's all. That's all. Thank you for watching.